Hey, welcome back to another video. So, I'm here tonight to talk to you about, yep, you guessed it, music. So, first things first, who here remembers listening to the radio growing up? Well, I do. Okay, I remember Rage, I remember MTV. Okay, I remember a radio channel. Okay, it was the CFM or FM. No, those music talk radios. Okay, and yes, podcasts. I remember those. They used to come on quite a lot in the 90s. Yes, I was born in 1994, which makes me 30 years old. So I'll be 31 this year in October 3rd. Oh, great. Notice I said crate. I almost said a bad word. Lucky I didn't. I changed it. So yeah, well, we all know Spotify took over, right? Spotify took over the radio channel. Spotify took over records, CDs, and cassette tapes. Who remembers cassette tapes? I know all of you young ones don't even know what a cassette tape is. Well, I'm going to tell you what a cassette tape is. A cassette tape, it was actually a CD to us in the 90s and early 2000s, okay? That's pretty much what a cassette tape was. Okay, cassette tape had an album on both sides, okay? So it was this one long album, okay? So once one album was finished on one side of the tape, you take it out, flip it around, play the other album. Okay, so it was pretty much like a 2-disc CD, but like I said, it was a cassette tape. Okay. I grew up listening to records as well in the 90s and early 2000s, all thanks to Mum, because, Mum likes records. Nothing wrong with records. I like records too. Okay. My very first record I listened to was ABBA. Because, all thanks to Mum, I'm now an ABBA fan. I love ABBA. But there are other bands and singers I like from the past and all that, so not so much the music today. Okay, music today is pretty much talks about drugs and other stuff, and it's like, ew, gross. Whatever happened to music from the past, like from the 90s, 80s, and 70s? What happened to that? Okay? Bring that music back, because that music was great to listen to. Okay? Today's music is so freaking gross. Okay? Trust me. Oh, except for Evanescence. I love Evanescence. I've loved Evanescence since I was a little kid. Okay, so I like with Epica. I like Epica as well, but I don't listen to them as much as I used to, because I'm more of an Evanescence kind of person. Yay, go Amy Lee. Yes, I am a fan of Amy Lee. Truth be told, I've always wanted to meet her, but unfortunately that's not going to happen. which is sad, but I'd like to meet her one day. But I know it will never get to happen. So I'm actually quite sad about it. So in this video, I'm going to show you a soundtrack, a really old soundtrack from a TV show that I used to watch when I was a kid as well. Who here knows what Buffy the Vampire Slayer is? I know I do. Why? Because I'm from the 90s. This is Buffy. Yes, this is the original Buffy soundtrack. There is only one song on this soundtrack that I don't like. Apart from that, I love the soundtrack. Okay. So we got the cast at the back here. Okay. We got the song list from different bands and singers at the back here. Okay. So if you all know who Sarah Michelle Gellar is, that's her right there. Okay. Obviously, David Bonaz, however you pronounce his last name. Okay, that's him right here. He plays Angel. Okay. So this is one of my favorite soundtracks. Now we all know we've been there with our mothers or our fathers, cousins, aunts, uncles. Okay, we've all been there in the car while they got the stereo up. And you're wondering what they're listening to, and it turns out to be a mixed CD. Dun 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 dun. Yes. There is only a very few songs on here that I do like from the past. Okay. From like... Yeah, so there's like a few old songs on here that I like. No, there's a couple of new ones that I like as well, but yeah. So it is a 2-disc CD. Okay, so disc 1 and disc 2. Well, obviously my favorite song has to be number 1 on disc 1. By Pharrell Williams, aka Will Ferrell. And of course, it is from the soundtrack Despicable Me 2. The song name, Happy. I know everybody loves that song. It's got like that happy feeling to it. I know, oh, what's his name? He did a parody of the song. That's it, Weird Al. Weird Al did his own version of the song, which was super hilarious. And that guy from the Muppets movie was in it. Oh, I can't think of his name. Something Black. Jack Black. There we go. And it was so hilarious. I actually like Weird Al. Weird Al is super funny. So he's got some great songs. Okay. I got another 2 more CDs here to show you guys. Okay. Now, what I'm about to show you is Guns N' Roses. Yes, this was another CD that I used to listen to when I was a kid. First my mom, then my dad, now me. Okay, so I got these. Okay, yes, they could have been a 2 CD pack, but instead, for some reason, they put as 2 separate CDs. I don't know why they just didn't do a double disc like this one. and save time and energy, right? But yes, both of these CDs have my favorite songs on them. There is actually one song that does get me emotional, which is November Rain. I like November Rain, but it does get me worked up. But yes, I used to love listening to Guns N' Roses. I still like listening to Guns N' Roses. I don't play them on CD as much because, like I said, Spotify kind of took over. Unfortunately, the only problem with Spotify is that the subscription, okay, if you don't want to listen to the radio and having to hear people talk out through the song every 5 seconds, then I suggest you pay for the subscription. Although subscription does get a bit too much at times. My subscription's almost running out, so I got to make sure I got money in there to pay for it. Because another thing I hated when I was a kid was listening to the radio. It's like, you'd be there listening to a song, right, and the next minute, there's talking halfway through the song, and then I'll go back to the song, then, yeah. That was literally doing my head in, so thank God radio is not a thing anymore. I did have a Queen CD, a 3-disc CD set. However, I ended up losing that CD because when I moved here to Tasmania, my CD, like some of my CDs got damaged. So, my bad. I didn't pack them properly. I should have done. But like I said, got Spotify now, so who cares? Okay. I don't buy CDs anymore. I go on Spotify, I go on YouTube, okay? Oh, ow. Come on. Hair got tangled. So, yeah. Mainly Spotify, YouTube, okay? iTunes is another one. Oh, yes, iTunes. iTunes was number one until Spotify took over, so unfortunately, I actually do have iTunes on my desktop still. But I don't listen to it as much as I do with Spotify, unfortunately. Yeah, so I guess with iTunes, but Spotify you get more variety of music, like with YouTube. So that kind of took over. Another soundtrack that I used to listen to when I was a kid, you'll probably think it's crazy. Yes, it's crazy, okay? I was into gothic music when I was a kid. Okay. My favorite video games was Resident Evil, okay? I loved Resident Evil when I was a kid. Okay. That's kind of evident. I actually did watch the Resident Evil movies in 2002 because I was allowed to. Yes, I've been watching horror movies since I was a kid, okay? No, it didn't scare me. I was actually very interested in watching horror movies growing up. Mainly zombie movies. Zombie movies were the ones that actually got me interested. Oh, apart from Freddy vs. Jason. I love that movie. Except for the start of it. The start of it's a bit gory. Other than that, the movie's fine. It didn't scare me or anything. I also love Gremlins. Gremlins 1 and 2. I watched that as a kid. But that's not really horror. It's more of a comedy. Like a family-friendly comedy. I tried to watch that with my daughter, and she loves Gizmo. She didn't like the second one very much. I won't blame her. I didn't like the second one either, but she got bored with the second one. Kind of like me. I get bored with the second one. I don't even know why I watched the second one with her, but I just did. But the first one, yeah, straight, she loved it. She was laughing her head off and everything, and then next minute, waterworks. Oh my god, poor Gizmo. Yes. When that little boy had to give up Gizmo, both me and my daughter had the waterworks going. Speaking of my daughter, you won't get to see her at all because she lives with my ex, and I'm not going to go into detail about that because it's personal, it's private, okay? However, I do have a picture, okay? Hang on, I'll get it for you. Alright, so this is me and my daughter when she was 4, turning 5, okay? The last picture I end up having of her because my ex doesn't give me pictures of my daughter, and it's very heartbreaking, okay? I'm definitely not happy. But like I said, I'm not going to talk to you guys about that because it's private and personal, okay? I only showed you that picture so you guys can actually believe me, okay? I do actually have more pictures of my daughter, okay? Me in the hospital holding her. I am actually happy to show you those, but I'm going to have to get those out for you guys when I can. They're actually up. Like my photo album's actually up in the wardrobe. There is one photo I won't show, okay? But the rest I will show you because I'd love to show you some of my old pictures of me when I was young. Give you a fair idea of what I used to look like growing up. Because I didn't look like this when I was a teen, so. Plus I got my army cadet photos in my album as well, which I'd love to show you guys. So hopefully I can actually get those out of the cupboard for you so I can show you guys because I'd love to. Okay, I'd love to show you, like share with you my experiences, okay? I'm not afraid of telling you about things that I've done, okay? And the things I've done, they were fun, okay? I did lots of things that made me happy, okay? So I will gladly be able to show you those pictures when I do finally get them down. I do have pictures on my phone. I'm hoping to do a collage for you guys also. I don't know how the collage is going to go, but I'm sure I'll figure out a way how to do the collage for you guys and put it up as a video so you can actually see my pictures out through the years. Okay, so that's going to be interesting. Oh, that's right. I was going to show you a soundtrack, another soundtrack. All right, so here we have Resident Evil. Sorry about the lighting, you guys. But yes, we have Resident Evil. Has 18 songs. There is one thing about this soundtrack that got everybody. There's actually one song in here that they made a mistake on. Because, where is it? Where is it? It's gotta be here somewhere. I can't find it on here. But yes, there was actually a song on here. Apparently it's supposed to have been from Demon Hunter, but turned out to be a totally different song with a totally different band. And so Heartstrings is actually a Demon Hunter song. Okay, I love that song, by the way. It is actually on this album, but it's not what you think it is. Okay, so they actually made a mistake on that song. They end up putting a different band, different song on the album, so they kind of stuffed that one up. So anyway, not that it really matters because I still like the album. And plus it has Lisanna Coil on it. Swamped, which is another favourite song that I like. Another band I like too. Oh, sorry, my cat. Alright, and we're back. Just quickly grab some more CDs for this video. So, my next CD. Oh, no, it's cool. Is Billie Piper. Hope you all remember Billie Piper from Doctor Who, because I sure do. Unfortunately, I lost the the CD cover, so I used to love Billie Piper when I was a kid, and I still do. I actually had a deluxe album once, which actually had more songs. I had this, okay? The album I had was actually on a cassette tape, which clearly had more songs, once again, because it was double-sided. But because it's CD, less songs. Now, I also liked JoJo, okay? Growing up when I was a kid, so early 2000s, okay? JoJo. So early 2000s. Okay, I'm still a fan of JoJo. I still listen to her music on Spotify. Now, I also loved Britney Spears when I was a kid also, and I still love Britney Spears. Okay, once again, I've lost the cover to these. But, so here we go. So they're her earlier CDs. Okay, I did have Baby One More Time, but I don't know what happened to that, so I got, okay. So we got the full CDs. I actually did have her other album to this, which was Blackout. Once again, I don't know what happened to that CD. I love that CD, Blackout. But this was also another favorite of mine. Okay. Obviously, this one's the deluxe album. So it's got the bonus songs on it. And then, of course, I got this one, which my mum ended up buying for me. Okay. Which is just songs from her single. From some of her singles that she did. Obviously, that's her from out through the years, okay. 90s to 2000s, late 2000s. And, of course, the Veronicas. Yes, my mum bought me the Veronicas as well. Okay. I used to have a couple of their CD singles and a few of their albums, which I no longer have. I end up losing those on the move here as well. So I only have this one. Okay. But it's okay because I have all their albums once again on Spotify. So problem solved. So we'll see, that's what the CD looks like. Okay. Inside of the cover. Yes, the Veronicas is an Australian band. Okay. Jessica and Lisa were actually born here in Australia, in Western Australia, like WA. So they're actually Australian. They're an Australian band, okay? Just so you guys know. And, of course, Evanescence. Clearly, Evanescence. And I know I spoke about Evanescence on a previous video when I did Evanescence. Okay, and I did the sample song for my shorts. Okay. So I did a sample song from this album. So, yeah, that's my CDs. That's my talk on music. My next talk will be videos. So, that's my next talk. Oh, and I still got my parcel coming from Temu, which is the blind box, like the stationary blind box. So I still got that coming, so I'll be able to show you guys. But my next talk will definitely be about videos. I'm going to be showing off my video collection to you guys. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. Get to see my favorite movies. But yes, at the moment, this talk is specifically about music. Okay. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's kind of interesting. Oh, and after my after doing my movie collection, in my next video I'm going to be doing my photos. So I'll be showing you my photo collection, my photo album, showing you what I actually used to look like growing up. Wow, okay, I can't believe I'm going to be doing that for you guys. But and also that blind box, like that blind stationery box, which is coming. It's stuck in Melbourne due to Easter holidays. Okay, nothing's open during Easter, obviously. So yeah, I'm going to end this video now. If you like my channel, subscribe, like my videos, like them. Notifications bells optional. Leave your questions and comments down below. And like I always say to you, just because I don't answer your questions or your comments doesn't mean that I don't acknowledge, because I do. I appreciate your comments, okay? But yes, I will actually interact with some of you, okay? So don't worry. Don't worry. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Bye.